The third stop that we're going to make on the team member engagement and healthy organizational tour that we're going through is kind of at the natural starting point, which is initial talent management. Now, you can call that by any number of phrases. You know, that can be your HR department, that can be hiring and recruiting, the arcane phrase of, personnel kind of thing. But the bottom line is that it's about talent management. And there's going to be one really, really important overarching concept that we talk about here related to talent management. And that is that leaders and people that are concerned about a healthy organization and team member engagement never, ever compromise when it comes to team members. Now, what I mean by that is they never place value on, my gosh, I've got to get a body in here instead of take my time and get the right person in here. Or, oh my gosh, I can live with this individual in my organization. They're not optimal or they cause a little bit of trouble here and there. But good, outstanding leaders that really want an engaged workplace use that concept of never, ever compromising. And that's going to be kind of our baseline as we talk about talent management today in this particular session. The first starting point, and by the way, this is all kind of based off Jim Collins' classic organizational development and leadership piece, Good to Great. And he talked extensively about getting the right people on the bus and getting the right people in the right seats on the bus. And at the end of the day, the extrapolation is if they're not the right people, if they don't belong on the bus, they need to get off the bus. And I got to tell you, organizations that adopt that as a mantra moving forward tend to be really, really healthy and have a real high engagement factor. Let's talk first about the hiring process for just a moment. That is a really important step in engagement, and we need to understand, again, kind of an overarching principle. I can have all of the best engagement strategies in the universe in play in my organization, but if I recruit and hire poorly, I'm not going to be able to get engaged workers, engaged team members, and I'm not certainly going to have a healthy working environment. Here's what I want you to think about. Healthy organizations, highly engaged organizations, recruit for interpersonal-based skills. They're looking for communication, they're looking for teamwork, they're looking for the ability to work with a very diverse working population, they're looking for a service aptitude. They're looking for those things first and predominantly, and they're looking for technical skills and education secondarily and tertiarily. And in some cases, they're not even putting any weight on experience or technical skills. Now, I know what I just said probably sent shivers up some of your spines. Does that mean I have to hire all trainees, or does that mean I have to hire all people with no experience? No, it doesn't mean that, but place the weight where it has the most organizational importance. Here's kind of an interesting challenge question for you. The people that are disengaged and toxic in your working environment, are they disengaged and toxic because of a lack of technical skills and aptitude, or are they toxic and disengaged because they lack the interpersonal skills? I think most people would answer that by saying it's because they lack a lot of the interpersonal skills and aptitudes associated with a healthy team member. So why not invest in recruiting for that, looking for that, screening for that, in some cases testing for that, so you don't have to worry about that going forward. Your chances of then having an engaged team member are much, much higher. I mean, take a look at, for example, the job announcements that appear on the internet, on job boards, or even in the print media. What are you asking for? Are you asking for 7 years experience as an engineer, or are you asking for somebody that's a highly collaborative team player with excellent communication skills? One of the bottom lines here is you catch what you go fishing for. And if you're baiting your hook with nothing but experience or education, that's what you're going to get. If you bait your hook with the interpersonal skills, you're going to have a higher likelihood of those candidates coming to you and seeking you out because that's the environment that they want to migrate to. The other great piece of magic on that too is those folks that there's a misunderstanding that toxic folks don't have good self-awareness. They have excellent self-awareness. They know who they are. And when they look at a job ad and it says collaborative team player, highly communicative, works well with others, great service standards, they look at a job ad like that, they self-deselect. They don't apply for those jobs because they recognize they don't fit there. that becomes in and of itself a powerful, powerful screening tool for you to use. The other piece of talent management today that I want you to think about a little bit and process a little bit is how we choose to compromise related to our existing team members. You know, a lot of us invest a whole bunch of time in coaching and counseling and mentoring and documenting. And the bottom line with some team members is they plain and simply no longer fit on the bus, or we made a bad decision to invite them on the bus in the first place. Well, I got to tell you, you know, regardless of your contractual rules or regardless of your organizational rules, the bottom line with those team members is we've got to stop compromising and say, well, yeah, you know what, they're good enough or they're okay, and we've got to get them off the bus. We can't use this standard that, you know, 80% of what they do is good and 20% isn't, so it must be okay. No, we have got to look at talent management and say, you know what, I want the best people. I'm going to hire the best people, and the ones that I have, I'm going to retain the best, try to up-coach the rest, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to make the very conscious, tactical, strategic approach of getting them off my team in a fair and legal manner, but the bottom line is they have got to leave the organization. Guys, I know that was kind of a harsh way to end today, but next time that we're together, we're going to begin talking about needs. And from here on out, we're going to be talking about both needs and wants and how that matches our strategy and how we drive strategy associated with engagement in healthy working environments. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.